Hey guys, what's up? You know it's your boy Rowan back at it again with another cooking adventure. And this morning, we're gonna be having some ackee and sawfish with some ground provision food. Yes, this is a breakfast food. When you don't eat this, you don't need nothing else did around dinner time. So over here, starting out with the sawfish. Got around a pound and a half of sawfish. Got that soaking going so far. I have my pimento seeds. I have my scallion, my garlic, my sweet peppers, 2 pack of ackee that's frozen. It's around a 2 pound of ackee right there. So we have a nice onion, nice scotch bonnet pepper, tomatoes, and my fresh green thyme. And that's gonna be for the ackee and sawfish pot. Over here for the ground provision pot, we have some coco, some sweet potato, Irish potato, some green plantains, green banana, couple of ears of corn, piece of cassava, some flour. We make some flour dumpling. I've got a little bit of cornmeal tonight, and of course my nice sweet yellow yam. And then we're gonna make some chocolate tea. This is some original chocolate tea, straight from here. So some chocolate tea with some cinnamon leaf. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned. One love and bless up. Alright, so although I had the sawfish soaking, I just drained off the water. I'm going to drop it in a food pot. Make that boil down a little bit. You still want to boil off the salt because sawfish is very salty. Alright, so while the sawfish is getting there to start boil, I'm just going to prepare the food. Make sure I pare the bananas. And peel up all of the food. So when the sawfish boil, I can take it out and drop the food in there. Alright, so see the sawfish come to a boil. I'm just going to take it back out and then wash it down and clean it up. Nice yellow yam. To the white corn this. No, that's the white corn. I think the corn yellow. Ah. Cassava. You know, can actually use this and make cassava dumpling, you know. Drop a comment down below if you want me to make cassava dumpling from scratch. Cassava dumpling. Cassava love dumpling. Yes, you can actually make starch from this starch that you use to starch your clothes. We got a lot of starch in our cassava. Very healthy food. Alright, just put that on some cold water, make it go and cool down. In the meantime, I'm gonna wash down my food and cut up the food and drop it in the pot. Cassava. Yam. Sweet potato, Irish potato. Alright, so most of my ground provision is cut up and washed down and ready to go in the pot. I'm going to try to put the other ground provision first So this is a piece of the sweet potato. The yellow yam and the cassava, those take longer to boil. I'm gonna try to put those pieces in first. I know to you it probably look like everything look like the same, but I know which one is which one. The Irish potato and the coco could go in a little bit later. Alright, so if you notice, I had the banana and the plantain peeled and it was just sitting around in the kitchen. And one of the reasons why I do that is just for the skin to come off a little easier. So if you peel it, just cut it down the side like I did and put it to sit. When you go to remove the skin, it's a lot easier to remove. So just peel it and just put it to the side, let it sit for until you're ready for it. Alright, so getting the flour ready. I'm gonna probably use around 1.5 pounds of flour. I don't use measurement, I just use guesstimation, but it's usually right. A little bit of cornmeal. Probably around 3 tablespoons. And around a teaspoon of salt. And so you wet, you stir. And just like that, flour become dough. Alright, pot bubbling. I'm just gonna go in with my dumplings. And one thing I forgot to tell you earlier on, remember the saltfish was boiled down in this pot. So the salt from the saltfish is already in there. So you don't need to add that much salt. You just need to add a little bit of salt. So probably like a 2 tablespoons of salt should be good. And of course, I can't make dumpling and don't put my love dumpling in there. Alright, so I could go in with the rest of the food, the plantain, the coco, the sweet potato is already in there. Irish potatoes, the corn, and the banana. Alright, now we gotta clean up the saltfish, take off all the extra fins and the extra scale off of it. So now that it's cleaned up, just gonna break down the saltfish into some little pieces. See all of that scales and bones I got out of there? Alright, on to the ackee and saltfish pot now. You see my saltfish is all nice and picked apart. Next thing I'm going to do is cut up the vegetables and saute them down and then drop the saltfish on, then drop the ackee on. Alright, all of my vegetables is cut up and ready for the pot. That's the tomato, the onion, the scallion, the thyme, the scotch bonnet, the pimento seeds, and the garlic. Put an oil in the pot. It's gonna go in. Wow, that smells so delicious already. All them flavors. Now the only thing I'm gonna add in here is a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of all-purpose seasoning. Remember, the saltfish is going in later and the saltfish is still salty. Although it was soaked and boiled, it's still salty. So you don't want to over season the pot because you're going to get a lot of the flavor from the salt. Alright, coming along good. You see it's starting to puree down or saute down very well. Now I'm going to go in with the saltfish. And once the saltfish is in there, All I'm going to be putting on top of that is just a little bit of fish seasoning. Now if you didn't have no ackee to go with this, you could have eat this just the same way, just like this. Get the okra and drop in it, get 2 butter beans, pot that again, you know, get some baked bean or butter bean, both of them would have worked. Yeah, nice and lovely. It's ready for the ackee. Soon I'm going to be putting ackee in. And then over here, ground provision food is simmering down nice and lovely as well. And look, a love dumpling look like a G dumpling though. I don't know what's going over there. Alright, next thing is going in is the ackee. These ackee was boiled already and frozen. I did another ackee and salvage video explaining the property of the ackee and how poisonous it could be. That's the Jamaican national dish. You could check that one out and it will explain more about the ackee and ackee fruit and how to prepare it from scratch. I showed everything in that one, how to boil it down first, but this one was already boiled down and put to freeze, so it's already ready to go. Alright, just sprinkle a little all-purpose season back over on top of the ackee. The ackee is like an egg. It just suck up any kind of flavor you put onto it. So it's going to suck up the saltfish flavor and make it salty. So you don't need a lot of flavor on top of the ackee. Alright, and on to the chocolate tea. You have to grate it on the chocolate. Right? See? Alright, now to get the chocolate into this condition, it's a lot of work that goes into this. My mom prepared this personally, and I know the work that was put into it. So anytime I drink a cup of chocolate tea, I'm very appreciative of it. Growing up in the islands, I used to drink chocolate tea probably 5 out of the 7 days a week. So this chocolate is actually the same kind of chocolate that they used to make, like chocolate bars. And what we do, we pick it from the cocoa plant. We pick the seeds. Once you get the seeds actually nice. A lot of us as a little young youth used to love suck off the seeds and lick the seeds. So you get the seed, then you put the seed in the sun to dry. After the sun dry them up for probably a week, 2 weeks, and the seeds are dry, then you have to parch them. You put them in a hot pot and parch them. Then you are able to take the outer layer off of the seeds. After you take the outer layer off of the seeds, and they're parched, then you have to beat them. You put them in a mortar, we call it a mortar, you beat them. After you beat them so till it become fatty enough so you can hold them in your hand and roll it like when I roll a dumpling. And you form it up in your hand. Then you put them to dry. And once they're dry, it's basically, this has not ever been in the fridge. It's basically preserved. So when you want to do the tea now, you gotta get it and grater it back to this stage. And from this stage, I'll show you the process. Okay, so what else is gonna be going into my chocolate tea is some cinnamon leaf and some nutmeg mace. The mace is the outer portion of the nutmeg, and this is the inside part of the nutmeg. I'm just gonna grate a little bit that onto the chocolate. That's gonna give it some nutmeg flavor. That's optional. If you don't want that, you can even put orange peel in it and it gives you a nice little orange flavor. Alright, you see the pot has come to a boil. And I'm just going to put all my ingredients in. Original Jamaican chocolate tea from scratch. Ain't no cocoa mix or no coffee mix gonna be like this. Alright, to sweeten it, I usually use condensed milk. You can also put a little bit of sugar, depends on your taste. But the condensed milk is usually good enough. Alright, so here it is. Original chocolate tea from scratch. Ackee and saltfish. Nice. Ground provision food. Oh, the dumplings are nice. They might fall apart. That's enough?
Is that enough? It's more than enough. But that's not my plate.
It is your plate. You don't finish everything. Alright, the proper way to share out your chocolate tea is you get it in a bowl like this. And then you strain it out over here. Because all those grated pieces, you want that out of your tea. Alright peeps, here we go. My ackee and sawfish dish with some ground Parmesan food. And the lovely CT is gonna tell you what she thinks. She actually don't like ackee, so I'm waiting to see what she thinks.
Well, the smell is wonderful. Let's just go right in for the ackee and saltfish.
I tried to make a love dumpling, but it didn't come out as perfect as it usually do. This look like a G or something like that.
Has a lot of flavor. I'm tasting the saltfish, of course. The ackee, it has that scrambled egg texture. You know, but it took on the flavor of all the other things in there, so I like it. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna say that it's my favorite yet, but I like it. It tastes very good.
Okay, good. I'm working on her with the ackee. And the chocolate tea, I know it's very hot, don't burn your lips. What do you think about the chocolate tea?
Okay, I'll taste it. Smells so good. Smells like a chocolate bar.
Smell like a chocolate bar.
Yeah. The nutmeg, since it's my favorite, I'm picking that up. Of course, the cinnamon, a little hint of it. This is awesome. He made chocolate tea for me at the beginning. That was our first breakfast. And I'm still here, so must be something in the tea.
Yeah, the tea, huh? Alright guys, thank you for watching. Remember to always like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Ingredients is always listed below. One love, take care of yourself.
So what do you think about it, Chef Rohan?
Well, since you invite, I eat it. Me have to check it and eat it. Since you like ackee and saltfish. They are ramp with the food. Me no play with food. Devour and conquer. Yeah, people, original Jamaican corn pork made from scratch. It's available for order this Thanksgiving and this Christmas. Cooking with style. Yeah, corn pork just freshly corned, ready for purchase. Alright people, look at that. Corn pork and ackee. Cooking with style. Look at that, man. And of course it's served with some fried breadfruit and some avocado. You can only get this on Cooking with Style, people.